What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you are having a great start to your week so far. Beautiful, beautiful green day today. You can see we're pushing up to almost 4% today for Bitcoin. Lots of the altcoins doing very well. Some of them in the deep, dark green today. Some people saying that this could have been the reversal we've all been waiting for, right? Almost like this double bottom bounce we had. Very natural looking. It's not a Bart Simpson. It does look to be non-manipulated as much as it can be. We do know that, cryptocurrencies are still unregulated. They are the Wild West, right? We'll get into that. I want to discuss the fact that we are seeing some analysts getting quite bullish. For example, Hasaka on Twitter pointed out that the super guppy has switched into green territory. And one other indicator related to this that we haven't seen bullish since essentially the beginning of April, like April 4th or so, right around the beginning of the blast off, that is actually in bullish territory. So we're going to talk about that moving forward. Also, we do have a Swiss banking firm looking to offer crypto custody and trading as well because of high demand. According to them, they are seeing the demand for these crypto services. And I also want to talk about one crazy story about an 80-year-old man who had his life savings confiscated. And it just reminded me of the significance of Bitcoin. We'll get into that at the end. But if that sounds good to you, well, you know what to do. And if you're not subscribed to the Crypto Zombie channel, well, we do this every single day, and we do give away a Ledger Nano S. And speaking of the Ledger Nano S, we are giving one away at the end of today's video. And I want to mention something super quick. If you're new to the channel, this is from yesterday's video right here. Super fast, guys. I hate talking about this, but look, you can see right here, and I didn't refresh this so you could see. Now, this is Crypto Zombie, 37 minutes ago, the official Bitcoin giveaway, 95 likes and 44 replies in 37 minutes, guys. Once again, this is a coordinated scam, okay? These are scammers that use people's avatars like mine, Crypto Zombie. And, for example, if you were to click on that, which I'm not going to do it right now because I don't want to lose this comment, you would see that it would not be me and it would take you to some bogus account. So if you guys see this, what I need you to do is please go here, report it, okay? And go down to unwanted commercial content or spam and report. And then you can see it will get rid of that comment, okay? Because there are a lot of people out there that are new to the space, and I know a lot of you know that these scams exist, but I don't want new people getting scammed, okay? And you guys know I don't do giveaways in the comments. I always do them in the actual video. And for example, today, I will do this giveaway in the video. All right, that being said, having a look at the volume on the day, not as high as I'd like to see it, but keep in mind we are just coming out of a weekend, right? So let's give this a refresh because what I'm noticing today is the Bitcoin dominance dropped 0.4%. You're seeing lots of altcoins doing very well today. 20% Ethereum Classic, Quant up almost 20%. Centrality, Bytecoin, Icon, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV, Hypercash, EOS, Zcash. Lots of green today in the market. Let's dive in. Let's have a look. Guys, it's looking like we're going to put in that green monthly candle. I really think it's going to happen. I don't see this putting in a red candle by the end of this month. So that's really awesome. And like I said, as far as some of the volume, even though it wasn't as high as I would have liked to have seen, it still was nice to see that on all of these, pushes, we were seeing these big sort of green, volume spikes, which shows me that this is real actual trading. This is not manipulation as far as I could see. It does look like this is actual demand from actual retail traders. Now, having a look at the beauty of bouncing off not only the 200 exponential, but also the 21 exponential moving average is really showing me that the bulls are in control. They are trying to take back these markets. Now, keep in mind, we are going to have the 200 daily, which is the yellow line coming down to eventually touch the top, and it is going to basically be some resistance. So we may have some turbulent times coming up within the next week or so. You can see that we are back in the blue zone, though. I am very happy to see that we had those bounces off of the 8.2K level 4 times to count it, so that is very good. Moving forward, and just to kind of comment on this Cointelegraph video, you had Charlie Burton from Easy Trader. He said that should the current market behavior continue, anybody essentially waiting to buy at the 6,000 level, You're probably going to be disappointed because that opportunity may not present itself again. He says, I think we have upside and then we'll have some downside again, just to the point where a number of players will get bored and move on, right? Could have a little bit of a fake out, and then there'll be a fast move that'll come. And he says a lot of people are going to say, oh my God, why was I not on that side of the move? And also our buddy Eric Crown agreed on that statement as well. Now, you can see right now we are currently above the 200 daily on futures. However, we did have a little bit of a gap down around 8,540. Now, these gaps do tend to get filled. However, would I be personally playing this gap right now? It's very risky. I could see it getting filled, but I wouldn't be surprised if we had like a flash crash type of a wick thing where we just like really quick, because I mean, from where we're at right now down to the gap, essentially, we're only looking at around a 2.6% move. So that's not that much. And Bitcoin could do that really quick. I could see a lot of people getting chopped up in that trade. So personally, not financial advice. I'd be careful on trying to trade the gap this time around. But as you can see, like Hasaka did point out, we do have the super guppy that has turned green. And one other thing I wanted to point out was if we actually look at the GMMA, which is essentially it stands for the Guppy Multiple Moving Average. That's what it actually stands for. It's what the Super Guppy was sort of based on. You can see this does, I don't know if you guys can see, it's kind of dark on the chart, but this does resemble the market structure. But you'll notice that whenever essentially we separate the green bands, totally separate from the red bands, I'm not talking like they just kind of get above it, you'll notice that that is really when the markets start to have that major sort of blast off euphoria like we had back here when we finally bounced off it in the beginning of April of last year, right? Now, currently, even after the China pump, which was an insane 43% pump, we still didn't fully get above it. You could see right here, some of them tried to get above, but we didn't fully separate. Whereas currently, if we zoom in right now, we had actual full-on separation around January 12th. And even when we had that little fake out dip just before, we didn't even come close to touching the two bands. So this to me is showing some extreme momentum from the bulls. And I'm not trying to get overly bullish. I don't want to say like, okay, that's it, guys, we're going to 100K today. But man, this is definitely really, really good on the chart. So I'm feeling very bullish, guys, and I might not get that chance to buy that cheap dip I was looking for, but hey, I'll take it. What are you going to do? Dollar cost average is the way to go. But I do want to talk about some other stories today. I want to keep this video moving kind of rapid pace. Excuse me, guys. You could see that major Swiss private banking and wealth management group, Julius Baer, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of these guys, they've launched a digital asset trading and custodial service via a partnership with regulated crypto specialist SEBA. Now, here's the coolest part. They're doing this because the firm sees increasing demand for crypto services. Apparently, people are actually saying, hey, I want to get into cryptocurrencies. Now, keep in mind, lots of people are not responsible enough to want to hold their own keys, okay? Not everyone's going to want to be their own bank. So they say to meet what it deems to be an increasing demand, Julius Baer is going to be offering its client services such as secure digital asset custody, cryptocurrency transaction solutions, as well as consolidated portfolio overviews for both traditional and digital assets. And not to mention the fact that Bitcoin halving as a search term is it's up right now, essentially. So that is really good. People are getting interested, right? You're seeing that retail interest come back in again. Now, I do want to talk about the fact that Larry Cermak has pointed out that Bitcoin volumes in Venezuela continue to outperform other troubled countries. But if you see right here, a lot of the countries that are basically having the highest volume are the countries that are dealing with that sort of, economic, political, financial turmoil, right? For example, you're seeing some of the highest ones being Colombia, Peru, Hong Kong, Chile, Argentina, Iran, and Japan, right? And actually, on the topic of Iran, you see that a report shows that over 1,000 crypto mining licenses essentially are being offered to crypto businesses over there. This mostly includes large mining farms, which are currently the only ones who can afford the hefty electric bill. And we did talk about how expensive cryptocurrency mining is and, the whole effect on the planet. We went into all that in yesterday's video, but you could see Amir Hussain. Now, he's an official at ICT Guild Organization. He says that the mining industry has the potential to add another 8.5 billion to Iran's economy, according to a recent government study. right? Obviously, high electricity tariffs plus stringent regulations have made it less appealing for small investors. And, this does beg the question, will it eventually become overly centralized? Eventually, we do have the hash rate going up, but the problem is that it's really only these guys that are able to afford all these new mining machines that come out, right? You're seeing these like conglomerates buy up all the new ASICs, and the smaller guys are kind of getting pushed out. I mean, the only thing I could say about that is regardless of what you're talking about in life, whether it be Bitcoin mining or businesses, this is just how it goes, guys. I mean, the guys at the top, they have the money, they have the resources, they have the better equipment, and they do start to take, a bigger chunk of the market. I understand that this may be a concern for decentralization moving forward, but the reality is that's just how life is. That's how all these guys got to the top, all these big businesses, all these Fortune 500s, essentially. That's how they did it. So, but that's a topic for another story, for another day. I wanted to talk about this. This just kind of caught my attention. So, Rebecca Brown, she says she watched her father's entire life savings accumulated over 79 years get essentially confiscated by the Drug Enforcement Administration, or the DEA, in August. Now, this was around $82,373 in cash. Okay. Now her father, listen to this, Terry Rowland. So he was hoping that she would open up a bank account, but apparently she, for some reason, didn't have a chance to open it up. So instead she put it in a Tupperware bin and was taking it on an airplane back to where she was going. Now keep in mind, he was a retired railroad engineer. He had seen, I think it was either him or his parents had gone through the Great Depression. So, it was common practice to sort of put the cash under your bed, right? That's what your parents used to do. That's what they would tell you to do, put the cash under your bed for a rainy day. Nowadays, we know that, saving cash really isn't really worth it, right? Because you're going to lose 2 to 3% annually. But you could see right here, she looked online, she saw whether or not she could fly with this amount of cash, and apparently a government website confirmed it. Now, I always heard that $10,000 is like the cutoff. That's what I heard, but apparently she said it could have been more. So you could see right here, basically they seized it. And the problem is that her story didn't line up with her dad's story. Now keep in mind, her dad, is an 80-year-old man. He may not exactly have his memory perfect where he can remember every single thing he did to put this money under the bed, right? So essentially they said, your stories didn't line up. They confiscated it. Now, interestingly enough, between 2007 and 2017, the DEA seized more than $4 billion in cash of suspected drug activity. But here's the catch, only 800,000. Do you guys hear that number? Only 800,000 of the $4 billion confiscated actually was able to be linked to real criminal activity. All right. So anyway, long story short, they basically ended up saying that the money's going to be permanently seized. And, she says this is ridiculous. I was just trying to take care of my father. And yeah, now his entire life savings is gone. And, it just reminds me of really what Bitcoin stands for. Bitcoin is that censorship resistant currency, right? I mean, and I'm not trying to say like, I want to use this to, evade taxes and sanctions and this. But I mean, realistically speaking, your cash, it's not yours, right? You get pulled over. We had that couple there was a couple from Las Vegas that had I think it was like 10 grand or something on them, and they got pulled over, and he said, well, I won it from Vegas, and they took the money from him anyway, and they needed that money to actually get back home. Absolutely ridiculous what you see out there, right? But anyway, guys, I just want to kind of, talk about that. And we do have one little bit of controversy. I was skeptical about even talking about this particular aspect, but I'm just going to bring it up anyway. So obviously, you saw that Tron says that they're going to dedicate their conference to Kobe Bryant, who, unfortunately did pass away in that helicopter accident. A lot of people are saying that this is really just like a disgusting marketing ploy tactic again from Justin Sun. I don't really want to comment on this too much. It's kind of a sensitive topic. Let me know what you guys think about this. Was it rightfully so to have mentioned that, or do you think it was kind of gross to point that out? But, before we go, guys, I do just want to kind of end today's video on something a little bit non-crypto related. It is really tragic what happened to Kobe and his daughter and the other passengers of the plane. And, he was definitely a hero to a lot of us growing up. I mean, I still remember shooting the basketball hoops saying Kobe, and it's crazy to see a real life legend like this just go. And, it just reminds you that life is short, and everybody freaking out about losing money on these crypto exchanges. I mean, guys, you can always get money again, I mean, life is just so precious. And, if you could take anything away from this, it's just, this guy, he taught me about hard work. He really did. I mean, like some people say, how can I get up and make a crypto video every single day? Honestly, it's because of, guys like this who really taught me the value of, what you can achieve in life. It doesn't matter if you're not talented, if you're not, some people aren't born with the brains, they're not born with the talent, but, sometimes it's those that work hard that really reap the benefits. And, yeah, man, he's definitely going to be missed. So on that note, guys, getting a little bit emotional here. I do want to say thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Let's have a look at what Bitcoin is doing. It's still trying to push up. Okay. Well, it's definitely been a crazy and wild 2020 between, potential World War III and the coronavirus and now the death of, a legend in my opinion. But yeah, anyway, guys, we have to give away a ledger. So we did have 6 videos last week. So out of 6, video number 1. Okay. So that was Monday's video. So that was Bitcoin price pumped to 8,000% last time this happened. All right, let's see who won the ledger. Random comment picker. All right, let's see how many comments we had on this video. 501 unique comments. All right, drum roll please for the for the Ledger Nano S. Had it backwards. Thank you. You're welcome, Josh Josh Wander, is that, you won. I mean, you didn't say Ledger, but hey, buddy, you have 24 hours. If you want, hit me up. And if you don't, well, then we'll be giving it away to somebody else, which means that today's video would also make you eligible. But if you do hit me up by the end of the next video, then this Ledger is yours. Josh, congratulations. And, yeah, that's it for me, guys. That's it for me. So thank you so much again for coming back to the channel. It is Monday, back on the grind. And like I said, I hate to stress it, but so many more things, so much more important things in life than just money, even though that's what we talk about every single day. I freaking love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel every single day. You are the reason that I do this. You do give me a purpose. You give me life. Thank you so much, guys. And that's it for me today. So thank you once again. If you're interested, you want to join the Telegram group, it's absolutely free. And yeah, that's basically it for me today. So happy Monday, beautiful day in cryptocurrency. Not really much else to say. So once again, thank you. My name is K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.